Anonymous Pinoy Confessions. BJ under the table. Hi, call me Mina and I'm 19. Because I'm 19, my parents let me live alone and go to another city to study. After my finals, me and my friends decided to celebrate and go to a bar dahil deserve naman namin. Nagpakalasing kami, nag-enjoy, and nung tumama na yung alcohol sa akin sa dance floor, nag-decide ako na bumalik sa table namin. There was a guy sitting at a table looking at me. I was thinking it was my friend's boyfriend. So I sat down at his table. And I felt na iba yung table na napuntahan ko dahil hindi ko kilala yung guy. So I decided to leave. But then, my phone and I fell down under the table. And while I was picking it up, the guy pulled my ponytail and led my head to his pants and pulled his cock out. Shocks! It was huge. Pero dahil may tama na ako and the place was dark, I gave him a blowjob. After that, the guy gave me his Instagram and we became fuck buddies until now. Man of God. Hi, I'm 18, female. I just want to share my story. So it was in the middle of my first semester in my 12th grade and I met a guy on Facebook na sabi daw gusto makipag-friends. He told me na high school teacher daw siya sa isang private school. He is 25 and I am fully aware of our age gap. We talked for a week and he asked kung pwede daw kaming gumala. It was 9 p.m. and me, having a strict family, decided na tumakas. Sinundo niya ako and we talked to get to know each other more. I was curious to get to know him even more. Fast forward, naging kami after a month of getting to know each other and alam niyo na kung ano ang kasunod. I mentioned na I have a strict family and all of our dates was patago and it's a bit hard for us. After 4 months of our relationship, my tita found out about us and she started investigating. Before, na-mention niya sa akin na nag-aaral daw siya sa seminaryo at nakagraduate na. Pero nalaman ni tita yung totoo sa relative naming priest na naka-assign pala ang boyfriend ko sa seminary. Nasa regency phase daw siya at nagpapatuloy pa rin sa pagpapari niya. My whole world shattered. Why was I so blind na nagsisinungaling pala siya sa akin after all this time? Binigay ko lahat sa kanya tapos ganito lang ang mangyayari. So after that day na nalaman ko, I confronted him and he admitted that it was all true. We decided to stop that day because we both know na it will be difficult for us, especially sa kanya. Dahil he told me na naging indecisive siya sa pagiging pare dahil dumating ako sa buhay niya. But I don't want to ruin his dreams in life just because of me. After 2 weeks of the breakup, we started to talk again. Ang pagiging marupok talaga ay hindi kayang maiwasan. We decided to meet again and yes, something happened. We talked after that and we decided to continue our communication until our feelings fade at makabalik siya sa seminaryo. But I know deep inside na it won't work. Months passed, we still continued to meet and alam nyo na, until sa pinatawag na siya sa seminaryo upang magpatuloy. And now, he is back to continue his priesthood. But guess what? We are still a thing. 2. Proper closure. I am 32, female. Kinasal na pala yung ex ko this year ng January. Friend ko siya sa Facebook pero naka-unfollow kaya hindi ko nakikita mga update sa buhay niya. Nalaman ko lang na kinasal na siya dahil sa tropa niya. Anyways, recently, nagparamdam siya. Bigla akong kinamusta and we talked for a while. Then nasabi niya na paalis na sila papuntang US for good. Then niyaya niya ako for coffee raw. Kasi to be honest, wala talaga kaming proper breakup or closure. Biglang nawalan na lang ng communication. So ayun, nag-coffee kami sa Starbucks sa SM. Then lakad-lakad, pasyal-pasyal, kwentuhan, ganun. Then bandang 6pm, napagod na kami since from 11am pa kami nasa SM. Sabi niya sa akin, pwede ba tayong mag-usap ng masinsinan? Paano? Sagot ko. Wala namang pwestuhan kasi dito dahil maingay. Kasi kahit sa Starbucks, maingay. Then sabi niya, may malapit na motel. Sogo, para mura. So nag-check-in kami. Nag-usap, nag-iyakan pa nga kami kasi ang dami naming pinagsisihan at mga sana pala moments. Sabi niya, sana raw kahit ex na kami, good terms pa rin. Yung tipong pag nagkita sa daan, hindi mag-iiwasan. Then nagsorry ako sa kanya dahil it was actually my fault kung bakit kami naghiwalay or nawalan ng communication. Bigla ko na lang kasi siya ginost. So habang nagsusorry ako, umiiyak ako. Then he hugged me and kissed me. Then ayun, may nangyari sa amin. Hi, proper closure nga naman. 4-inch crush. Hello, I have a crush. Lalaki siya. Itago natin sa pangalang Mark. Si Mark ay matangkad, malaman ng katawan pero walang abs. Chubby cheeks at syempre, pogi. Crush ko siya for almost 4 years na since we were first year at college. Out of curiosity, tinry kong i-hack ang account niya kasi nararamdaman ko na may makikita at malalaman ako na something interesting sa kanya. Something behind his smiles and jolly vibes, hindi ko inaakala na sa likod ng kanyang maamong muka, may tinatago pala siyang malaking sikreto. Noong nahack ko ang account niya nang hindi niya nalalaman, tinignan ko ang convo nila ng jowa niya. Nagulat ako sa mga nakita sa media and files niya. Alam ko almost 6 years na sila ng jowa niya. Pero napaisip ako, normal lang ba lahat yun? Since magkaiba sila ng religion? Nakita ko lahat. Ang palitan nila ng malalaswang photos at maging ang kanilang sex videos habang kinakain ni Mark yung talaba ni girl. Video habang naliligo ng nakahubot-hubad. Mga cam shot ni Mark after masturbating. Kita ko lahat. Masasabi ko na nasa 4 inches lang si Mark pero yummy pa rin. Tignan. Ngayon, nag-iba na ang tingin ko sa kanya. Siguro, mananatili na lang itong sikreto ko na nakita ko lahat sa kanila. Tuwing nakakasalubong ko siya, halos parang nakahubad siya sa paningin ko. Gusto ko sana siyang kausapin regarding dito, pero wag na lang, siguro. Ninong Aswang. Hi, I'm 18, female. This happened when I was 13 years old. Last day na ng burol ng ninang ko that time. Sa kanila ako natulog nung gabi since parang nanay ko na rin si ninang. At halos doon na rin ako lumaki sa kanila at para na rin masamahan ang bunsong anak nila. Maaga akong natulog noon kasi kailangan kong umuwi ng maaga the next day. Only to wake up na nasa boobs ko na yung kamay ng ninong ko. Yes, ang asawa ng patay. Nanginig ako noon at dali-daling tumayo para umuwi. Simula noon, hindi na ulit ako pumunta sa kanila. Lalo na kung wala ang kanyang anak na dati kong kaibigan. Hindi doon nagtapos ang pangyayaring iyon. Naulit pa iyon noong may kukunin dapat ako sa anak niya. Pero si Ninong lang ang naabutan ko sa bahay nila. Pinaakyat niya ako sa bahay nila. Takot man at kinakabahan, sumunod pa rin ako. Pagdating namin sa taas, hinila niya ako papunta sa kanilang kwarto. Tapos hinalik-halikan ako habang hinawakan niya ang boobs ko. He even sucked them. I was shaking in fear at kahit gustong gusto ko sumigaw ay hindi ko magawa because I know how violent he can be. Habang ginagawa niya ang kahayupang iyon, binubulungan niya ako, huwag magsusumbong at huwag maingay. Pagkatapos ng ginawa niya ay tsaka pa lang niya tinawagan ng anak niya para sabihin na nandoon ako. Gustong gusto ko magsumbong agad pero hindi ko ginawa dahil ayoko ng gulo. Lalo na puro babae ang kanyang mga anak. Ngayon, takot na ako sa presensya niya pa lang. Makita ko pa lang ang anino niya ay nanginginig na ako. At hanggang ngayon, iniiyakan ko pa rin ang ginawa niya sa akin. Ang baboy. Fantasy ko, si Utol. Male, 24. I've been with my girlfriend for 4 years now. We've grown together, met each other's families, and both sides have been welcoming. She is my first in many things, and honestly, I'm grateful for that. May kapatid si girlfriend na babae, and damn, ang ganda niya. Chinita, baby face, maputi, and so hot. When my girlfriend and I first got together, I did not pay much attention to her sister. I just saw her as a younger sibling, nothing more. But as the years went by, I could not help but notice her changing and growing into her own person, becoming more confident, more attractive. Men, alam ko mali na to pero damn, she is so fine. I'm so attracted to my girlfriend's sister. Umabot na sa point na nagagawa ko ng mag-fantasize ng mga desires between me and her using her hot pictures. I know it's wrong, but I can't deny it anymore. There are times I catch myself stealing glances at her when I visit their house. I try my best not to show it because I respect my girlfriend, but my mind drifts to thoughts I know I should not entertain. There are even moments where I feel like her sister might be giving me subtle signs too, getting a little too close, sharing small smiles that linger a little too long. Maybe it's all in my head. Maybe it's nothing, but still, I feel that pull. I'm sharing this not because I'm proud of it. Honestly, I hate the feeling. It makes me question myself, but I'm human. We all have passing thoughts and moments of weakness. To anyone listening to this who has ever felt caught in between what is right and tempting, yeah, I get it. We all fight quiet battles. It's up to us which ones we let win. What if sinagot ko siya? I met her back in high school, second year. As in she was that girl, chinita, super maputi, shiny black hair, matalino, sosyal. Lahat may crush sa kanya. While me, tall, morena, curly hair and like acne nation levels. People said I was cute naman daw pero never ako pinapansin. And yes, pareho kaming babae. We got close kasi pareho kami laging early sa school. She would borrow my notes, then kwentuhan na kami. I did not have a lot of friends kasi I was an introvert. While her, a social butterfly. Literally lahat gusto maging friend siya. At first, nahihiya pa ako sa kanya but she is so mabait. She would always call me to join her during recess. Then we realized same kami ng music taste, mga hobbies, even memes. So naging BFFs kami. One time, nagkukwentuhan lang kami under this random tree. Tapos may dumaan na girl, pretty din. She smiled at her and then whispered to me, crush ko siya. I was like, wait, what? Sabi ko, tomboy ka ba? She said, I'm not sure eh. I like guys then, but sometimes I'm attracted to girls. That time, I did not know how to process it. I was young, clueless, so I just brushed it off. We stayed close, still BFFs. Then came summer. We didn't see each other much kasi probinsya nila, malayo, but we kept texting. Then out of nowhere, she texted, I like you. So I replied, I like you too, bestie. But after an hour, I mean, I love you, not as a best friend, she texted. As in natulala ako, di ko alam anong ire-reply, so I did not. Hindi ko na siya kinausap. I ghosted her buong summer. Next school year, we were not classmates anymore. Awkward kami every time magkakasalubong sa hallway. Smile-smile lang, pero deep inside, my heart, basag. Eventually, naging out na siya. She dated boys, girls, minsan may MU with girls na kilala ko. Ako naman, tahimik lang. Pero every time I see her with someone, I always wondered, paano kaya kung sinagot ko siya? College came, same school, different courses. Nagkausap ulit kami. Slowly, back to BFF mode. Pero never na bring up yung summer na yun. Ang dami niyang relationships, boys, girls, even like a gay guy one time. Sobrang free-spirited niya. Ako, study lang. May flings pero never seryoso. Then after college, I got a job, helped my family, then got a boyfriend. Steady, mabait. 3 years later, he proposed. I said yes. She was the first person I told. I will never forget her face. She smiled pero may luha. Sure ka na ba? Sabi ko, matagal na rin kami. I think ready na. She just said, kung masaya ka, then I'm happy for you. But I knew it hurt. Now, I'm 3 years married. Okay naman. Stable. Pero every time magkausap kami ni best friend, like daily ha, my heart still skips a beat. Same kilig, same warmth. Parang she's still waiting. And I keep thinking, what if sinagot ko siya? What if I chose her? What if hindi ko siya ginost? Would I be happier? Would we still be best friends or lovers? Or maybe both? Mahilig sa bad boy. I am female, 33. May fubu ako. He is also 33. Isang taon na kami. Noong una, mabait siya. Kalaunan, nagiging mainitin ang ulo niya. Madalas ako pumunta sa place niya kasi malapit lang sa office namin. And may mga time na kapag pupunta ako sa condo niya dahil in-invite niya ako, nagagalit siya sa akin. Andiyan na yung madalas na nagkakasigawan kami. Madalas siyang galit. Paiba-iba ang mood swings niya. May time naman napakasaya, generous at sweet niya. Ganito siya kapag may pera siya. Then nalaman ko he is using illegal drugs pala. Kahit may feeling na ako, hindi pa rin ako umiwas. Kaya lang, lalo siyang lumala. Dumating sa point na sinisira niya na pati ang gamit ko. Like one time, naiwan ko ang dress ko sa kondo niya. Wala raw siyang nakita. Dinaksidente kong nakita sa ilalim ng bed niya. Sunog. One time din, nawala yung picture ko sa wallet ko. Nakita ko na lang sa basurahan niya. Gupit-gupit na. But still, nagstay ako. And ngayon nga, mag 1 year na kami. Kaso palala na siya ng palala. Tapos gusto pa niyang lumipat na sa bahay ko. Kasi medyo mainit na siya sa batas. Nasa watchlist na siya. Sabi ko na lang hindi pwede dahil parents ko ang nagbabayad ng apartment ko. Natatakot man ako pero hindi ko siya maiwan. Isa pa, 2 months na akong delayed. Fininger sa bus. Hello, call me Alex, female. May ex-boyfriend ako dati. He was mature, understanding, pogi, pero may pagka-freaky. 16 pa lang kami that time. Galing kami sa malayong lugar. Nung pauwi na kami, sumakay kami sa bus. He was wearing a long jacket, parang coat. Rainy season kasi nun. At first, he was just grabbing my thighs. Tapos tinanggal niya yung jacket niya. 2-seater lang yung bus na sinakyan namin so kaming dalawa lang nakaupo doon at nasa bandang dulo kami. Ginawa namin kumot yung jacket niya kasi malaki talaga. Then at first, he was just touching my boobs. Tapos dahan-dahan nang bumaba ang kamay niya. Kinakabahan ako at the same time na may pagka-excite. Pero shit, sa harap ng maraming tao, although hindi nila nakita. I was trying to hold myself down. Dahil kada kumpas ng mga daliri niya, palalim ng palalim ang paghinga ko. Hindi ko alam kung nilabasan ba ako o ano pero grabe yung experience na yun. Naulit-ulit siya. Sunday's best. Hi, female. I was 18 years old and he was 25 when this started. I took advantage of his sadness and he took advantage of my kindness. His girlfriend just recently died nung nakilala ko siya. Una pa lang, I already think na he is attractive. He works out, maganda ang skin, tall, at chinito. We always cross paths sa bahay namin because laging iniimbitahan ng dad ko yung dad niya. He was there then, nakikipag-usap at nakikisabay. While ako, lagi akong nakatambay sa tabi nila while secretly looking at him. I think he can feel and see it naman. Dahil hindi ako magaling magtago at hindi ko rin naman sinusubukang itago yung nararamdaman ko sa kanya. Eventually, naging close kami because I became desperate na makilala siya and successful naman because napakonfess siya about the recent death of his ex-girlfriend na obsessed rin pala sa kanya nung college sila. A little story lang about them because I think ang interesting nung ex niya. Nung hindi pa raw sila nung ex niya, his ex would always put her underwear sa bag niya and stalk him kung saan-saan. Pinagkalat din ng ex niya yung nudes niya at sinisi kay crush na siya daw ang nagkalat. After having that conversation, he suddenly asked if may naging boyfriend ako. I replied, NBSB. Tapos sinundan niya yung tanong niya, you like me, diba? I was surprised. Hindi dahil kung paano niya nalaman, but rather, na-surprise ako kasi ang random. I straightforwardly said, yes. He laughed and I looked at him thinking na anong nakakatawa sa sinabi ko. Fast forward, naubusan na kami ng pinag-uusapan. We could feel the wind beneath our skin. And suddenly, he put his hand on my lap. I was wearing shorts because I was trying to seduce him. While I could feel his hand on my lap, nararamdaman ko na pinapasok na ang daliri niya sa shorts ko. Pinaharap niya ako para maipasok ng mabuti. We were still outside when this happened. He put his 3 big fingers inside me while kissing my neck. I didn't stop him because I was enjoying it. Eventually, we decided na umuwi sa condo niya. I was surprised nung nakita ko yung toys and picture ko sa room niya. Inamin niya na matagal niya na akong fina-fantasize. While sinasabi niya yun, hinuhubaran niya ako habang ako nakabukaka ako sa kanya. Nakadalawang cream pie ako that time. Simula nun, ginagawa na namin siya every Sunday and lagi siyang may handang mga lingerie for me. Nasarapan sa Dax, pinakasalan. Tanga! Yan ang tawag ko sa sarili ko. Dax siya at gwapo pero walang trabaho mula nung nagkakilala kami hanggang ngayon. Pal din si Kuya Dax nyo, as in palamunin. He is 40 plus years old. Tinrain ko pa siya sa work dati pero Diyos ko, 6 months na eh. Yung tanong niya sa akin nung first day hanggang sa natapos ang 6 months yun pa rin ang tanong. Pinakasalan ko pa, Diyos ko. Hi, ako lang ang titikim sa'yo. Hello, share ko lang yung ganap namin ng pinsan ko every time na may family event kami. I am 20, gay, and my cousin is 18, a straight guy with a girlfriend. First time may nangyari sa amin nung nagsimba sa Manawag yung family ko. Naiwan ako mag-isa sa bahay and sabi ko sa kanya samahan niya ako matulog dahil nga mag-isa lang ako at wala ring tao sa bahay. He said yes naman. So that night, gumala ako with friends and then told him na pumunta na lang sa bahay. 10 PM na nung makauwi ako. Wala siya sa bahay nung dumating ako. Nag-message pala siya. Bumili lang ako dito sa Mercury. Buksan mo na aircon nyo, kuya. And sabi ko bilisan niya umuwi at ilalak ko na ang gate. Fast forward, nakauwi na siya. And sakto kakaligo ko lang. Pagpasok ko sa kwarto, andun na pala siya. Sabi ko sa kanya na doon siya sa baba and ako naman sa taas ng higaan. And he said, sure. 1 AM na nang patayin ko yung phone ko para matulog nang bigla niya akong akyatin sa higaan ko. Niyakap niya ako ng sobrang higpit, sabay sabing, "Kuya, pwede ba?" "Ayoko," sagot ko. Ang ginawa niya ay hinalikan ako at pumatong siya sa akin. Wala na akong nagawa. After that, may nilabas siyang paper bag galing Mercury, isang box ng condom, at ginamit namin lahat yun from 1 AM to 6 AM. Pinasok niya sa akin ang manoy niya. Sabi ko, tama na. Hinugot niya at sinabi niya, ako lang dapat ang titikim sa'yo. Alam kong masama yung ginawa namin pero madalas pa ring masundan. To be honest, last week lang may nangyari sa amin. Wala na rin akong magawa kapag gusto niya kasi nagagalit siya at sinasabing ikakalat niya ang videos ko while sucking his manoy. You're not good enough for me. What would you do? Year 2013. I had a male college friend that I became very close to. No labels, but we treated each other as boyfriend and girlfriend. We were org mates in UP. On our 4th year, after a night of college celebration, we had a one-night stand. Just once. And after that, we never spoke to each other again. Maybe out of shame? We agreed to never tell anyone about that. I told myself I'm bringing that to my grave. My last words to him were, "You're not good enough for me," since I came from a family of accomplished people while he is his family's first degree holder. Not my proudest moment, I know, but I needed a way to push him away. I blocked him in social media and lost contact since then. I felt extremely bad, but I had to move on. Only 5 months after what happened, I would later meet my long-term partner. We've been together for 8 years and we share a 4-year-old son together. He's got his job. He's a field grade officer in the AFP, while I'm in a private company working as a mid-level manager. Everything is great. He is a great provider and a father. He never cheated and would always find a way to come home to us despite his far assignments. My career is by choice since he can provide well for us. The only problem is we are not married. He never asked me and I've been waiting for him to. To him, it's all paper. He has me as his beneficiary in his military files and all of our properties are under my name. He says that's all that matters. To me, it is not. That has always been the point of contention in all of our arguments. We would argue, but splitting was never mentioned. It's never been an option for the past 8 years. Until 2 months ago, I saw a common friend congratulating my totga in a post, the guy whom I said would never be good enough for me. Her friend is congratulating him for his recent promotion as captain in the AFP, the same branch of service and the same rank as my partner. What are the odds? It's been 8 years since I last thought of him. I reacted to the post and he probably saw it and sent me a friend request. I was hesitant to accept at first, but I thought, no harm. He started checking in and asking how I have been. Turns out, my rejection 8 years ago fueled him to complete a master's degree and enter the field of international defense in his eventual entry into the military. He never had any girlfriend as confirmed by our common friends too, and he has always referred to me as his totga. When he found out that I'm not married, he asked if he can treat me with a coffee. Since my office was near his camp, I went to meet him. 2 hours gone by and he is still the same man I fell for nearly 10 years ago. More mature, more intelligent, and we connected intellectually. After that afternoon coffee, I've never been more confused in my entire life. Just today, he half-jokingly messaged me, "Di ka pa naman kasal, baka ngayon good enough na ako para sa'yo. Tayo na lang ulit, kung payag ka, bukas din, papakasalan na kita." I love my son, the family I built, the life I created for the past decade, but my heart, gosh, I don't know what to do. It's like I've opened a door to something I buried for years, and all those old emotions and what ifs start creeping back again. Ahasawa. Ako ay 42 and si wife ay 37. We are married for 18 years at nagkaroon ng 2 anak. Ngayon sila ay teens na. I just need some advice kung ano ang gagawin. I can say na hindi perfect ang pagsasama namin. A lot of bumps on the road, sabi nga nila. Nalalampasan naman namin kaya akala ko tumatag na kami. Pero all of a sudden, Nagkaroon kami ng isa sa pinakamalaking problema sa pagsasama namin. I have a good job at siya rin naman. Pero since last year, biglang nanlamig ang samahan namin. Tapos nag-decide siya na weekly na umuwi sa amin ng mga anak ko at tumira siya sa bahay ng bayaw niya sa Baclaran. Malapit daw kasi sa work niya. Tapos kapag tinetext or tinatawagan ko siya, ramdam ko na either irritable or wala siyang ganang kausap. Noong una, pinilit kong intindihin until sumabog na ako. I confronted her about it para maayos, kaso lalong lumala. To the point na sinabi niya sa mukha ko na hindi na raw niya kayang magpakaasawa sa akin. Sobrang sakit nun, pero pikit mata kong tinanggap. I still tried to patch things up until I found out her infidelity. Someone sent me a screenshot of a convo between my wife and her third party, which is bayaw niya pala, yung asawa ng ate niya. Putang ina. I was shocked and enraged kasi hindi ko deserve na ganunin ako after all of my sacrifices. And the worst is, my kids chose to stay with her and she brainwashed my kids as well. Ang nakakalungkot pa, kinonsinti siya ng mga kapatid niya including ng ate niya. Ngayon, hindi ko alam ang gagawin ko. Ipurso ko pa ba siya ulit alang-alang sa pamilya namin or just move on? The moment kasi na I found out and exposed her infidelity, wala pa akong naririnig na reason or any explanation from her. That's why I am left hanging. Kaya ang hirap mag-move on. Sana mapayuhan niyo ako. Salamat sa respeto. Pwedeng ako naman. It was the day of my grandfather's funeral, and since it was a wake and a day of grievances, my uncle together with his 3 sons came. And since our house was not that big, my parents decided to let them sleep in my room. During the day of the funeral, we were all getting ready and we all just finished taking a shower. When my cousins teased me for being gay, the 3 of them were all half naked, only wearing towels on their waist, but things escalated. Since they all just finished taking a shower and teased me, they took off their towels one by one, and they slowly came near me and let me touch and put their dicks in my mouth. And we had sex. And yes, I liked it. It was a quick, unexpected sex. I was glad they all finished, but while they were letting their come out, their dad suddenly came in the room. We were all grounded. Uncle was so angry, he made my cousins move to another room and said he would give me a lesson. Once his sons were out, he said, "Pwedeng ako naman." Like it was his turn to get a blowjob from me. I said yes since he was also a young, hot uncle of mine. And after that, we all pretended nothing happened and proceeded to the funeral. You'll be safe here. Hi, I'm female, 28 years old. This was 2013. My ex and I had a very wonderful relationship. Umabot kami ng 6 months. Nagkakilala kami sa church nung bagong salta pa lang ako sa lugar nila. Hindi siya ang unang nanligaw at naging boyfriend ko sa lugar nila. Pumunta ako sa probinsya nila to study dahil kinuha ako ng tita ko at pinag-aral niya ako. Sa totoo lang, marami na akong naging boyfriend. The first time I attended church sa province, may mga babae at lalaki na umaawit sa harapan ng maraming tao. I had no idea na some of them ay may pagtingin na sa akin. Isa na si ex doon. Pero hindi siya yung unang naging boyfriend ko that time. Malakas ang loob niya kasi harap-harapan niyang hiningi ang number ko noon after church. Napansin ng lolo ko na nagbibigay ako ng phone number sa hindi ko kakilala. Cause why not? I'm single naman during that time. Noong nagkaka-text na kami ni ex, napag-alaman ko na may girlfriend na pala siya. Hindi ko siya in-entertain kasi ayoko manghimasok sa relasyon ng iba at hindi pa ako interesado sa kanya. Nakalipas ang 1 buwan, nagparamdam ulit si ex sa akin. He told me na wala na sila ng girlfriend niya. Tinapos niya na hanggang sa nagkaka-text na kami araw-araw. Nagkakatinginan pag nasa church. He always complimented me na ang ganda ko hanggang sa nanligaw siya at naging kami. Happy ako sa kanya. Alam mo yung feeling na you'll be safe here pagkasama mo siya? Nagpupunta kami ng dagat ng palihim kasi ayoko malaman ng tita ko na nagka-boyfriend ako dahil baka mapauwi ako ng wala sa oras. Sa loob ng 6 months, sobrang saya namin. Kapag kasama ko siya, I feel safe. Parang may protector kang kasama. Ang sarap sa feeling ng yakap niya. Wala akong naging problema sa kanya at sa relasyon namin. Puro saya at kilig. Hanggang sa dumating yung araw na kailangan ko nang bumalik sa amin. 6 months na kami ni ex nun, turning 7. Masakit na iiwan ko siya pero kailangan. Maraming dahilan kung bakit kailangan ko na bumalik. He was faithful to me nung wala ako sa tabi niya. Pero ako, I don't know. Nakipaghiwalay ako bago kami mag 8 months. Hindi ko kaya. Hindi ko maipapangako na magiging faithful ako sa kanya. Sa dami ng nakikilala ko sa amin, mas minabuti ko nang makipaghiwalay bago pa mangyari na makahanap ako ng iba dahil sa pangungulila sa kanya. Maraming beses siyang hindi sumuko, pero ako, ayoko na talaga. Ayoko siyang masaktan. Few years later, 2019, nagkakausap pa rin kami ni ex. Napag-alaman ko na hindi pa siya nagkaka-girlfriend since magkahiwalay kami noong 2013 dahil mahal pa rin daw niya ako. Inalam ko kung totoo ba. Nakibalita ako sa mga ka-churchmate namin and totoo ngang never pa ulit siya nagka-girlfriend after me. Sa isip-isip ko, grabe yung ginawa ko sa taong to na walang ibang ginawa kundi ang mahalin lang ako ng totoo. So same year, 2019, bago mag-pandemic, nangako kami sa isa't isa na if we're still single at the age of 28, kami na lang ulit na dalawa. Diretso kasal na. 24 years old ako during that time. Masaya na naman kami kahit walang label kasi ayoko maging kami ulit nang malayo siya. I want him by my side. Kaso hindi pwede dahil na rin sa mga priorities both sides. Kaya aantayin na lang namin na dumating yung panahon para sa aming dalawa. Then 2020 came. My boyfriend came into my life. My ex was still there and he had no clue about me having a new boyfriend. Hindi ko pinagtapat sa kanya agad hanggang sa nakita niya na nagpalit ako ng profile picture with my new boyfriend. Sabi ko pa sa isip ko nun, bahala na. Baka naman hindi kami magtagal nitong bago ko. Sa kanya pa rin ang bagsak ko. Sa ex ko. But I was completely wrong because God gave me a man. The day my ex saw our picture together with my new guy, he messaged me. Sana maging masaya ka sa kanya. Sabi ko sa kanya, I'm sorry hindi ko natupad ang pangako natin sa isa't isa. After that, he blocked me. Now, 2025, 5 years na kami ng partner ko. Nag-decide na rin kami magsama. Nabalitaan ko na to this day, hindi pa rin nagkaka-girlfriend ang ex ko since mag-break kami. Grabe, ilang taon na siyang walang girlfriend. 13 years? Kaya nag-decide ako na kausapin through chat to have a closure. Sabi ng kaibigan niya, mahal na mahal pa rin ako ni ex. Sa tuwing mababanggit ang pangalan ko sa kanya, lagi raw siyang nakangiti at kinikilig pa rin. Sabi ng kaibigan ni ex sa akin, hanggat hindi pa raw ako kinakasal, mananatili siyang maghihintay. To my ex, sorry for what I have done. Please let me go. You will find someone better than me. Kalimutan mo na yung nararamdaman mo para sa akin. Makakahanap ka rin ng para sa'yo. Masaya na ako. Sorry dahil hindi ako tumupad sa pangako natin.